we were very upset, that it didn't go well. And we knew the press was going to make mincemeat out of him, that people would be making fun of him. And so we stew about it all night. This is a Thursday. Sometime in the wee hours, Linda wakes me up, after a troubled sleep, and she says, look, he's got to go on the Carson show to make this right. And I said, okay. In the morning, I'll work on it. So the next morning, I called a publicist that worked for us named David Horowitz, and I said, David, do you know anybody about the Tonight Show? And he said, yeah, I know Freddie de Cordova, and said, I want you to call and ask if Clinton can come on the show. And so about 11:30 in the morning, he called me back. He said, I talked to Freddie de Cordova, who was, of course, Carson's producer, and he says, Carson has never had a politician on his show in his entire career, and he's not going to now. And I said, okay. And so sometime after lunch, I thought of another idea, and I just called Freddie de Cordova back direct, and I said, okay, you've never had a politician on, but what if he comes on and plays a saxophone? This guy's a musician. And de Cordova has laughed, and he said, I'll get back to you. Let me go down the hall and talk to Johnny, And so half hour later, called, and he said, okay, he's on the show next Thursday night, and he's got to play the saxophone. I said, sure, he's going to do it. We'll have him here, And so the next Saturday morning then, I get a call. And the governor wasn't there, but his staff had a meeting, and the chief of staff had said, he called, and he was a very nice guy, but he said, Harry, I've been talking to the staff, and said, we have decided Clinton should go on the Tonight Show, but he's not going to play the saxophone. And I said, okay, I got news for you guys, and so I explained it, and there was no choice for him. And so he came out to do the Tonight Show, and Linda got a big hourglass, and she gave him the hourglass, and she said, now, when you walk out on the stage at the Tonight Show, and he's going to say, well, how you doing, Governor? And you're just going to pull this out, and you're going to set it on the desk. And so we're getting ready. We give him the hourglass, and Freddie de Cordova comes running in a panic to us. He said, do not let him take that hourglass out there. And we were sort of startled at it because he was upset, And we said, oh, okay. We took it away from him. And so Clinton goes out and sits down, and Carson says, well, Governor Clinton, how are you doing? And he takes an hourglass out, pops it on top of the desk. And that was certainly that was a good night for Clinton. And he did play the saxophone with the band.